second. Are you excited to be here? Good job. Scoot back a little bit so everybody can see you. Stand here in the middle. Good boy. So he is a northern rockhopper because he has the very long yellow feathers on the side of his head. And again, the southern rockhoppers are very tiny. They have little teeny tiny crests. So the way that I can tell this is Hendrix specifically is because of the bracelets that he has on his flippers. It's all a color-coded bracelet, so every color stands for a number or a letter. Hendrix, I'm going to shake his feathers out. There you go. Hendrix is Rockhopper 004, so he's pink, white, white, orange. You're a very happy penguin, too. We like that. That's good. So he is excited. And he is 9 years old, so he is still a very young penguin as well, because these guys can live up into their 30s, sometimes early 40s in captivity. So he's still a little guy, and this is as big as he's ever going to be. He's not going to get any taller, ever. Where are you going? What you doing? You're playing with my keys? Kind of look at them, huh? Come back over here. Now you're shy and quiet. Yeah. So every penguin is different as well. They all have their own personalities. Hendrix is one who likes people quite a bit, and he likes to sing a lot if he's talked to at the same time. So Hendrix likes noises and being talked to quite a bit. He's a cool penguin. Do you guys have any questions or anything about him that you really want to know?
How long have you had him?
He's been here since he was about a year old, so he's been here for 8 years. We got him and his sister sent to us from, I think it was SeaWorld San Diego or Orlando.
So they were born in captivity?
Yes. Every bird we have was. So nobody was taken from the wild knowing what's going on and everything out there. Our original king penguins were collected from South Georgia, which is this picture up here, as eggs. So they were taken 3 months after breeding season was over. And if they had hatched out in the wild, they would have hatched out in the middle of winter with no thick feathers, no blubber. So we didn't harm the natural population.
I'm sorry, what species did you say he was?
Northern rockhopper.
Northern rockhopper,
Yes.
okay.
Because he hopped on in here. You're a very happy penguin. Good job. So our king penguins have all been born here. The little guys, we've had some chicks here and also some from other zoos. So we've gotten a bit of a funny community going on with those guys.
Do
The
their-
gentoos jump up and drink water.
Do the feathers up on top, do they serve any purpose?
They're decorative.
Just to make them look pretty?
Exactly.
Well, it works.
Yes, and when he sings, that's actually why he's shaking them around, is to show them off, to make them look very pretty.
Oh.
So they're all big show-offs. That's a southern rockhopper, and that guy's shaking his head around too whenever they do
Is there
that.
any distinctive markings between the males and the females?
Not usually, no. For the rockhoppers, sometimes you can tell with their beaks. Hendrix's beak is a little bit more rough. It's a little bit bigger than some of the females' beaks are. Turn around and look at everybody else. Don't just look at me. There we go. But for most of the birds, that's not a big enough distinction. And even if they're in a large colony of up to thousands of birds, that's not enough to always tell. So there's no real way to for sure look at a penguin and say that's a male or that's a female. Because even some of the males have tiny beaks. You never know for sure. So we actually had to get a blood sample and a DNA test to find out who's a boy and who's a girl. Everybody looks pretty identical. You know how to work a room there, buddy. You're a very smart little penguin. He knows to go check out everybody. Right?
Yeah.
Give everybody a good angle. He's a smart guy. And you can see he's shaped like a little torpedo as well. So he can swim pretty quickly through the water because of that. He's completely waterproof, very hydrodynamic. He's going to peck at the string on your bag a little bit. He's like, you put it directly, I can reach that. That's just for me, right? Hendrix and the other rockhoppers and small species can swim up to 4 miles per hour. I know you love towels, which is just as fast as a person can swim. Let me put it down. There you go. fast as we are, and the gentoos are our fastest species at 15 miles per hour as well. You love towels so much. Hendrix likes the things that are not toys the very best. You're a funny penguin. So they all do have their own personality. Every penguin really is different. I'm gonna fix it. Alright, so I'll start some painting with him a little bit. Painting is something that is fun for the penguins to do. So one of the reasons they like to paint is because they can see in colors. So he can actually see the colors of the paints we choose. I forgot, we need to get canvases. We do. We need canvases. Call somebody to bring some for us. Oh, my keys, very exciting. Play with those. Jessica to Jessica or Amanda. I forgot to get canvases, buddy. Can you bring me a box of canvases really quick? Maybe. Probably a yes. Penguins are very easily amused. It's not hard to find fun things and stuff for these guys. Here, I won't let you walk in that quite yet. Not yet. Yeah, here she comes with some canvases. Can't paint without something to paint on, can we? No, we can't. And you guys can see also he's black and white. Thank you very much. I forgot from the last encounter. You're welcome. Gracias. He is black and white right down the middle of his body. So that actually does serve a purpose. It's a form of camouflage for him. Yeah. Very good. And that's called counter shading. So it basically means he's darker on his back than he is on his belly. And whenever he swims, that will keep him hidden from his predators. So like the orca whales and leopard seals that will try to eat him. You can't really open that drawer. It's a little heavy. You can't grab the handle either. But if there's a big predator swimming up above him, like an orca whale, then all it will see is those black feathers, which will blend in perfectly with the dark water below him. And the white feathers on his belly will blend in with the ice and the light up above, if there's something swimming underneath him. So he blends in pretty perfectly in the water, don't you? Yeah. Good job. Very happy penguin right here. What up?
He's funny penguin too.
Yeah. He's a very funny. All right. Hendrix is one of our very best painters. I'm going to go both ways with him so you all can get some good pictures of him painting as well. Good job, Hendrix. And he really knows what he's doing. He doesn't need too much help from us, but he doesn't really like to go unless you walk with him at the same time. You ready? Otherwise, he doesn't really paint. It's a group effort, huh? Good play. Very nice. That is very pretty. I'm going to make them all look a little bit different today, huh? How about that? Because Hendrix also is kind of a predictable painter. He always paints in a perfectly straight line every time, which is very nice if we have to make a really pretty painting for somebody or to donate one out for something special. There we go. We like to make some different ones too, huh? You always like your paintings too. And hands. More exciting than anything, huh? One of the reasons these guys like to paint is because of the colors. So they can see the colors of the paints we choose and everything. He likes to peck at his footprints. And they also like texture quite a bit. So stepping on the sponges and the canvases and everything feels pretty cool, doesn't it? Back up a little bit, right people's feet. Good boy. One more time with red paint and I will switch to black paint. We try to use different color combinations each time as well, so they're not going to get bored seeing the same colors over and over again. Ready? Big step. Good boy. Okay, that's all for red. We're done with red. So now I'll switch colors here. Black. You saw the spatula too, huh? That one. That one. So again, anything is a toy for a penguin, especially Hendrix. Yeah, I need these. Those are Gen 2 penguins and a southern rockhopper honking out there. Every species also makes different sounds. That's his sister. There she is. She gets jealous when he's in here. Oh, he's finally noticed I have a Band-Aid. What is that? That's weird. Anything we don't see much is pretty exciting stuff for penguins. Oh boy. So Hendrix has a sister. Her name is Marley. Keep going. Good. And she's the only other rockhopper we use for programs as well. Marley! She really wants to come inside. She already came out this morning for a little program, meet some people. So one turn a day. That's all it is. No matter how many times they want to come out. And they don't get any extra treats or anything for coming out here. It's simply because it is fun. So the birds come out just because they want to. Back up. There we go. Gotta get all those toes. Okay, one more. You ready? You ready for the last painting? I think so. Good boy. Marley and the Gen 2s also like to play up there. Of course, Marley's just jealous. The Gen 2s just think it's a lot of fun to bang against the door. Ready? Here's somebody walking out there. Good, okay. Good boy. All done. Perfect. So that is penguin painting. They're definitely not all very good at it. Every penguin is different. And actually him and his sister are very different as well. Let me find one of her paintings. They have very different painting styles. So like Marley, that's a Marley painting. Very different, you and your sister. So he's always in a nice straight line. She's a little more crazy. And we can always tell which ones are hers as well because she hops. So there's two footprints right next to each other all over the whole thing. You guys are very cute, you two. I'm going to give him a little break now. Yeah. And I'll write his name and species and everything on the back of these paintings. And after that, I'll bring him around so that you guys will be able to touch him as well and see what he feels like. Are there any questions you guys have about him? All of our rock hoppers are named after rock stars. So Hendrix and Marley, brother and sisters there. She's the one honking again. Always yelling. Yeah. And then we also have Tommy Lee, Bon Jovi, Kid Rock, Avril, Kravitz, Boss, Fergie, Prince. Who's the 20th today? Gaga, Ozzy, Joan Jett, Ringo. All those guys are out there. And then we have our Gen 2 penguins who are named after different cartoon characters. We have the Disney princesses on our exhibit, even itch. Oh goodness. So we have Ariel, Belle, Cinderella, and Jasmine. We also have the Ninja Turtles.